Infinite banking lets you keep all your money. Hi, my name is Sunny.
And I'm Alex.
And we are the founders of Bright Horizon Wealth. We teach entrepreneurs and go-getters like you how to own their financial future with the concept of infinite banking. So, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every Tuesday and Thursday we come out with brand new videos. So, how infinite banking lets you keep all your money? Let me first tell you about George, that how he amassed a good fortune by simply following a simple rule. Keep all the money that you make. In the 90s, I used to live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I had a barber who was very old but sharp as a tick. He had a net worth of little over $750,000. He had several investment properties through which he had built his fortune. In other words, he had made it. Everybody liked George for his loving and caring nature. Here is a unique thing about George. Even though he had achieved his financial freedom and he could retire, he didn't. Because he loved his job, he kept on coming to his shop on a part-time basis. He kept on cutting hair for a few of his selected customers that he liked, and I was one of them. One day, we were having a casual conversation when I asked, "George, looks like you have made a lot of money throughout these years, haven't you?" And he replied me something I'll never forget. "Sonny, it doesn't matter how much you make. What does matter is how much you get to keep." To tell the truth, even though I thought I got it, but in reality, I did not understand the concept at that moment the way I know it today. At that moment, I thought he was pointing at our habit of spending it all and not saving any. What I did not know then was that it goes way beyond earning, spending, and savings. Alex will tell you why it took me so long to learn that secret.
The average American makes a couple $1,000,000 in their lifetime, but a big chunk of that money goes back to two places right away. Number one, to Uncle Sam to pay taxes. Yes, as we all know, we pay taxes when we make money, but also when we spend money and even when we die. It's a huge expense. Number two, the second one is even more critical, and a very few of us are aware of it. Due to all the loans we're taking out from those banks, whether in the form of a home loan, auto loan, student loan, or credit cards to name a few, a big portion of it goes right back into the pockets of those big banks to pay the interest. In other words, if we look at the financial buckets that we have, we'll find we have a big leak in that bucket, seeping all the money out of it in the form of interest every month. And if we could just stop that leak in our financial bucket, recapture all the interest and principal that was leaving our portfolio, it will be a different story. Going back to George, not only did he save his money, but he also financed all his rental properties with that money without going to the bank and asking for a loan. In other words, he became his own banker.
Yes.
For us, we don't even need to go that far. We can just start an infinite banking account and use that money to grow with a guaranteed compound interest year after year. It's that simple. And with a little planning and discipline, we can all do it. This little change in our money management will pave the way to have a very secured financial future and retirement, just like George. And that is the secret of infinite banking. So, to reiterate, as a society, we make a lot of money in our working years and still end up broke. Why? Because they take away a big chunk of it from us. Most of us are trying desperately to do either of these two things. Number one, looking for a way to get a higher interest rate on their investments, or number 2, looking for a way to get a lower interest rate on their loans. So, my question to you today is, are you more focused on getting a lower interest rate on your loans or to stop paying the interest altogether? The choice is yours.
Oh, by the way, now I know that the purpose of my life is not to make those banks richer, but to take care of my own portfolio. Because now we understand the meaning of what George said some 25 years ago. Sonny, it doesn't matter how much you make. What does matter is how much you get to keep. So now I believe in this line: own your own financial future,
or someone else will.